from far and wide. And Duncan Stowe should be joining us any moment from now. The girls, morning to you.
Yes, good morning to you, John Baptist. Good morning to Fadol and to the many listeners of DBS Radio, and especially our loyal followers, those who call us, those who urge us to continue. So I want to bid them a hearty morning, and I pray that the day unfolds very well.
Yes, indeed. And we have to say hello to Brother Willett in the United States of America, who says it's brutally cold there. And of course, Dennis Etienne, Brother Willett can't wait to find himself in Dominica.
Well, Dennis is at fault, you know.
That is correct.
Dennis was here in Dominica 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
So he should have known what he was entering.
And of course, our other fans locally, Auntie Yvette, Mama, good morning to you, and good morning to Big Mama. And, you know, the list is endless, the girls.
Yes, and I want to say good morning to my wife, Joycelyn and Joy Maria, and all the kids. And my mother, who is listening, she threatens to give me a plucks.
But you cannot not call VI.
I do not call her name.
Yes,
good morning,
yes.
VI. And good morning to Big Mama, who will be celebrating her birthday tomorrow, God's will.
And happy advance birthday to her.
Yes.
And happy advance birthday to you also, the girls.
Thank you very much.
And of course to Kabli.
Yes.
Yes,
Moloi.
yes, Moloi. So.
Mato, happy birthday to you. Wishing you all that's wonderful and praying for continued blessings and good health.
80 plus and looking strong, boy.
80 plus.
Wow. Big Mama, I'll see you. And put the usual on table because I shall definitely pay you a visit. You know what I mean. So yes, and as I said, Yvette Banis Julius is always in tune. She's not missing at all. She's always in tune. And to our many fans and friends and from far and wide, my sister Doreen in England, she's counting down the days. She says it's cold in England also. She's counting down the days to be in Dominica, the girls.
Well, they need to be here. I mean, although we've been having some showers of blessings of late, which I do not complain, Kala.
Don't complain.
Because when we get that kawem, we will cry. So we have to decide what it is that we want. In all things, give thanks.
Definitely.
So all the persons who are abroad and they feel it is too cold, they are welcome to return home and enjoy some of that hospitality, some of that warmth.
Yes, indeed. Noreen Joseph, good morning to you. Palo Joseph, good morning. The girls, we have the list of what transpired last week. We also have the list of those who
will sing at the semi-finals.
Yes, indeed. Those who will sing at the semi-final. Someone is saying, yes, Noreen is already on. You know, she said, good morning to the panelists. Noreen doesn't miss nobody. Noreen, you have Shagwe? I don't understand that at all. I mean, yes, you will be there. So we have the list already of those who will sing. Oh, did I say good morning to Trendsetter? No, how could I miss Trendsetter? That man is always in tune. So the girls, those who will be singing, we'll get back to you, Trendsetter, in this order. Singing Sandy, Mystery, Sai, Lady S, Royet, Checo, Trendsetter, Checker, Reds, Tasha P, Observer, Calfa P, Mighty D at 13, The Bob at 14, JD 15, The Web at 16, Abia at 17, Nashel at 18, Daddy Chess at 19, and of course, Caressa will close the show at number 20.
Well, JB, I know the show is a week from today. In recent memory, can you tell us if the dipping has been done so early as we saw it being done for the semi-finals?
No.
I know normally it would have been done 2, 3, 4 days before.
Yes.
But more than a week.
That is good.
It has to be good.
That is very good.
It gives you more time to prepare psychologically.
Correct is right.
So it all speaks to advanced and proper planning, which is very important.
Yes, indeed. So, of course, our good friend Trendsetter will be at number 7. So, before we continue, let us take a break, and for our sponsor's sake, let us get a little something from our sponsors who are very gracious. And we have to say good morning also to Ken George, sponsor style.
Blast Gaming presents its biggest job whatever. Blast Mystery Progressive. I'm so excited. I can't hide it. In your blast jackpot rising. And I like it. It going up and up and up and up and up. Blast up and up and up and up and up and up.
Play selected games to win in the Blast Mystery Progressive. Pick until you match 3 gems and win one of the 5 cash jackpots. Or you can blast up with the Mystery Progressive jackpot.
It going up and up and up and up and up. Blast up and up and up. Blast Gaming.
Team, we're going to hit the streets to find out what makes people happy. Can you tell me what makes you happy?
I love funness.
Yes, Rastaman?
Boy, a chow mein no pasta with some sweet corn and peas and carrot.
And you, young lady?
The halak corn beef with some golden corn makes me happy.
And what about you, young man?
I just love soy oil and sea salt.
Yes, ma'am. Can you tell me?
Can tuna or mackerel for me?
And here you have it, team. You can find your favorite happy products and more at AC Shillingford and Company Limited and other retailers island-wide. Back to you, team, at ACS. Great food, great price, only with happy.
Central Cooperative Credit Union is encouraging all members to update their accounts. Members, please present the following at any of our 2 branches. Valid picture ID. This could be a passport, Dominica Social Security card, government-issued ID, such as driver's license or state ID, proof of address, reflecting your name and current address. This document could be a utility bill, hire purchase document, bank statement, bank reference letter, employment letter, or driver's license. Where your driver's license is presented as a proof of address, you will need to present your passport or Dominica Social Security card as identification. While you are at the branch of your choice, please take the opportunity to update the beneficiary to your account. The purpose of this is to ensure that upon your death, the person whom you so desire will get the proceeds to your account. Please visit our Goodwill or Portsmouth branch today. Our friendly and efficient staff are waiting to serve you.
Thank you very much to our gracious sponsors. Let's take something from, let's take the person who came in at number 1, the girls, and that is Daddy Chess. Daddy Chess came in at number 1 last week. So let's take Daddy Chess, and then we'll take Bob, and then followed by Nashelle. So we'll do that.
But even before we delve, John Baptist, into
Yes.
into the actual performances, I
Yes.
think we maybe should spend a little time talking about the whole show itself.
Oh, yes,
generally,
yes.
because the
Yes,
shows,
yes.
from my estimation, the show started half an hour late.
That is correct. And that we have to give them a card for that.
Well,
And before we go, Duncan has just joined us. Duncan, good morning.
Morning, Carlisle.
We miss you.
Morning, Duncan.
well,
Yes.
But duty calls.
On every show, I really did have the honest intention to be part of it, but sometimes it just wasn't possible in terms of connecting. Not that the facility or the
Was not
technology
available. Yes.
available. But,
Timing was not perfect.
Yeah, it just wasn't syncing at all. This synchronization just wasn't there.
Good. So we have a full panel this morning. Yes, the girls. Show started late last week. Yellow card for them.
Well, it's much to the frustration of the patrons, because we heard the MC Prosper said that it was a technical glitch, which was very frustrating.
It was.
Because persons were around waiting for a prompt start 8:49, the first Calypso then on stage, but we saw that person came in exactly at 9:30. So I think that is
That's
something.
an hour late.
Well, half an hour in terms of the first Calypsonian
Yes.
coming on say that was Mighty Umi. But I think a better effort needs to be made to get everything bang on time, because it must be realized that persons would have planned their evening. What time? What is a decent time to reach home? And half an hour is something that can just throw you off completely.
It's unacceptable. You have to. And remember, there's a production team. So we're urging them for next week, God's willing, do your sound checking. Ensure that all your I's are dotted and all your T's are crossed. Because, like you quite rightly said, half an hour, it throws you off totally. You know, so let's hope come next week, already they have done the dipping, so that is already out of the way. Now, they're going to the big stage on Saturday at the Windsor Park.
At the Windsor Park. Because I felt the ambiance at the venue is decent.
Yes,
is
correct.
Decent.
Yeah.
But for the magnitude of persons you expect to be at the semi-finals, there's no way the factory can accommodate that sort of show.
So, and like they did, and they are going to the Windsor Park. So again, putting people on early notice. We're going to the Windsor Park. Find yourself there. There's sitting accommodation. You want to go to the grounds, you have that. There's also VIP. So early clock, Duncan, for them.
Well, hopefully it can start on time, because I'm one of those who fell victim to that incident on the last time.
Yeah.
I was out and listening. Normally I use the tune-in platform.
Yes.
I tune in via my mobile phone. And I was waiting for the show to start. And, well, I mean, nature had the better call. I fell asleep because I was listening around the start time,
yes,
for a start. And the music was playing on the radio, etc., etc. And when I woke up again, I say, "Whoa, I missed the show." So a prompt start, I mean, does can have an impact on your audience. Yeah. Persons might come and say, "Boy, I tired," or some persons might be listening at home and say, "Man, I tired of waiting, I tired," and that's it, move on to something else, go on to some other radio station, or if they are the comfort of their home, they go and maybe turn onto the television station, and there goes maybe another Calypso fan missing out on at least participating in the process and listening in terms of the show itself. So it's important. I mean, in a lot of countries, you cannot do those things there. I mean, especially when you're paying for airtime.
That is correct. And you also have pay-per-view people.
Right. And it's paying for satellite time. But if that was the case, that would be a really costly exercise. But you ought not to have a situation where you're doing pay-per-view, where you have the radio stations on standby and persons are there waiting, time is money. So I'm sure the Calypsonians and the organizers understand that. I know they do understand that. Sometimes there are a lot of unforeseen things that occur. However, notwithstanding that, you still have to make every effort to be on the buzzer, on the clock, every time.
But having said that now, I felt Prosper did very well too. He was very precise. He certainly ran with the show. He bear in mind that we had already lost half an hour.
Yes.
He wasted no time, and for me, that was very good.
So kudos to Prosper and the MCN team.
But in terms of the quality of the show, I felt it was a decent quality show.
But not of the high standard.
Not of the high standard.
Yes,
not of the high standard. But I felt it was decent quality show.
Yeah, I felt so myself, and again, I guess they have to go to the drawing board, look at where they would have gone wrong last week, see where they can do some tweaking and get things in order. Because this coming week, there's basically no room for errors.
Yeah, and even in terms of the final 20 selected, to me, give and take the idea, but there were no major howlers as far as I'm concerned with the 20.
With the selection by the judges.
Of the 20.
My issue there is the placement, because I mean, we have the placement there. Daddy Chess came in at number 1, with Bob at number 2, and with his points at 13. Bob at number 2, Nashel at 3, Tasha P at 4, Mystery at 5, JD 6, Caressa 7, The Web 8, Observer, Checker 9, and Sai at 10, Observer 11. So that is the 11 in order. I certainly have some difficulties with Daddy Chess at number one, and I'll say that up front. I felt that there are other persons who, when we listened to the composition, I felt that the judges got that placement wrong. Not that Daddy Chess should not be in the top 9. I'm not saying that at all, but I'm saying at number 1, I have difficulties with that.
Well, in all honesty, the half hour, the late start threw me off color.
See,
I had to leave the show at about 1:15 thereabout.
Yes.
I had planned to leave the show at 1 because you have other stuff to do in the morning.
Yes.
As a result of that, now I did not see Daddy Chess's performance, so it would be unfair of me to make a comment of that nature.
Well, Daddy Chess is a performer, eh?
Well, for sure. That is what I know.
Daddy Chess is a performer. You cannot take that away from him.
Because how many points do you have for the performance?
But the performance generally is 10 points?
Yeah, so I didn't see the show myself, so I can't comment in terms of performance. But there's so many points that you
have lyrics,
to performance.
Yes,
and
you have melody.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, I missed the last 7. Well, put 6 because on my way driving home, I heard Trendsetter and so on. So I missed those who came after Trendsetter. Again, these persons would have been accommodated in that half hour. So I cannot be faulted for that.
Yes. So let's listen to I'm not sure if we have a live performance of Daddy Chess. If we have a live performance of Daddy Chess, we can probably listen to it. No. Yeah, we have the original. But
so can't you get what is on the night?
No, it has not been edited yet, I was told. So we'll just... Yeah, it hasn't been edited yet.
It might have been much better to comment on what happened.
On what happened on the night.
Yes.
If you commented on the show itself.
Because read Daddy Chess.
You can listen to the song. Yeah. No,
read Daddy Chess. The next day, somebody made a comment to me. I mean, I do not want to see what is that comment because I did not hear it myself. But somebody made a comment to me, so it would be interesting and helpful to get the live performance to at least make a credible comment.
Yeah, well, it was... Yes. Duncan Wilson, come closer to the mic.
Yes, I. Daddy Chess on the version again. Hey, okay. Calypso. Dee and day, dee and day. Hey. 2026. Hey, here we go. Life can be hard. One more wave and you capsize. You already done tired, even before the sunrise. Your boss at your work pushing you like wheelbarrow. Your house have rain in the dry season, your pressure about to blow. So if your roof leaking and your bed wetting, fix it, change it. If your roof leaking and your house flooding, fix it, change it. Never get comfortable, say you living better than your neighbor. Cause life have a way to surprise and humble you later. If your house condition have you living under pressure, then you must fix it or change it. Hey, yeah man. Dee and day. Hey, dee and day. Yes man, it's getting real. You working hard as a husband and a father, but your home accountant out there with a gym instructor. You patching roof, you patching holes, she patching her pleasure. Boy, keep your head up, don't try to make up, she go deal with karma. So if your roof leaking change it. If your roof leaking, water creeping, fix it, change it. Never get comfortable, say you living better than your neighbor. Cause life have a way to surprise and humble you later. If your house condition have you living under pressure, then you must fix it or change it. Hey, the truth, you can't keep a good man down. Deed and day, deed and day. Yeah, man. Deed. Hey, 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 hey. Okay. You working hard, but still people grumbling. Some say the red house have cracks and may need attending. Sometimes it good, sometimes the house have a little swelling. But they're afraid to talk cause they need shelter from the same building. So if your roof leaking and your bed wetting, fix it, change it. If your roof leaking and your house flooding, fix it, change it. Never get comfortable, say you living better than your neighbor. Cause life have a way to surprise and humble you later. If your house condition have you living under pressure, then you must fix it or change it. Yeah, man. Daddy just deed and day. Mama, deed and day, deed. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, man. Yeah, me know. You want it bad, 25 years and counting. Using the same blue galvanized every 5 years.
Thank you very much. Unfortunately, like I said, we do not have the
live performance.
Live performance. And also, the girls, every week, there's a controversy.
Yes.
They say where there's Calypso, there is controversy.
No controversy, no Calypso.
And every time
simply put,
every time it appears that one has been laid to rest,
another one
emerges.
So we understood.
So
that,
what is the latest?
We understood that there are a few gray areas in the song of Bob that needs further clarification, and as a result, we are not able to hear it. I am aware that last week some people will actually, well, DBS played it last week just because of obviously the you want to give each Calypsonian an opportunity to be heard. So that was played at the quarterfinals. But since then, of course, DBS has to seek further clarification from their lawyers, etc., because direct names are being called. You understand? I know I spoke with, what is his name, Malon, who is in verse number 1 of the Bob song, and Malon told me
the person's name called?
Yes,
Malon.
Yes, Malon.
Yes.
I think from what I recall, 3 names are called in 3 different verses.
But which Malon are they speaking about?
Well, nice question.
That is, you see,
you are the lawyer, so let's.
So if we dealing with, sorry, if we're dealing with a case of defamation here, where defamation is a statement where somebody's character or business or reputation is on the line, is being tarnished, this is what basically the defamation is, where you make that type of statement. And of course, the truth is a complete defense to an allegation that a statement is defamatory, or a claim that a statement is defamatory.
Yeah, Marlon is actually
the question. Well, a number of questions would have to be answered. Was the statement a defamatory statement? Is it a true statement? In what context was the comment or the statement made in the song? And you have a lot of songs that have run that risk. There's a fine line that you have to walk. And as people like Gypsy have said in song, we who write the songs that circumvent the law, you know. And if this song is circumventing the principles of defamation, then of course the composer or the Calypsonian would go scot-free. If it doesn't, that's a different story. I've never heard the song, but I can't really comment whether the statements are defamatory. But that's something that happens all the time, year in, year out. People write songs and they are skirting the rules, or they fall. They're trapped within the law, you know, as to what the law says.
But okay, let's look at it, Krabby. If for example, one in a song says that James Brown is a thief, and James Brown may not have been convicted, say in Dominica, but has been arrested, you know, for theft. Is that a
defamation?
Is that defamation?
No, but if the person has not been convicted, you can't say the person is a thief. If there's a conviction,
yes,
then you can say, yes, that person, man, you can't tell me anything. You're a damn thief. You got arrested in the United States of America 15, 20 years ago, and you take 3 years jail, or they had to fine you $10,000, something to that effect.
Yes, yes.
Or you are a drug pusher, or you are drug this, because there might have been some sort of conviction. But if the person maybe might have been arrested, or allegations that the person, you have no evidence or proof to say that the person actually is
a thief.
You know, that type of thing there. So those, or if you're asking, and
you
one
can ask questions.
One of the ways you can circumvent the law is, Chuck Dust had this many years ago. There's so many songs that people skirt the law. Chuck Dust had this song many years ago that when everybody was afraid of Carl Hudson Phillips, former Attorney General of Trinidad and Tobago, and he making statements of things that have happened, and he say, not me, I freed Carl, you know.
Yes.
You know, I freed Carl. So they want him to sing about certain things. They want him to sing about whoever got beaten. They want him to sing about whatever thing might have happened. But not me. I keep out of that. I freed
Carl.
Yeah, I freed Carl.
So
you know,
again, ways and means of circumventing.
Right, ways of circumventing the law. And we've had cases in Dominica where persons have made statements, and you're running a fine line, but you dodging the trap set by the rules or the principles of defamation.
Yes, the guys.
But yeah, if I recall, 3 names were calling that song.
Yes.
So I guess.
Well, Marlon is in verse 3. Gerald Judge, good morning to you, and we're still waiting on you. Gerald Judge just sent me there and say, he's always listening, but he's scared of.
Gerald Judge must commit. He must commit himself and that of his company. He must put in some nice words if he wants to continue to enjoy the program. George, I'm sure that you are listening.
I thought George was one of the sponsors, no?
Unfortunately.
Okay. So what has gone wrong between the relationship between George and the organizers of the program?
Nothing, Krabby. Nothing at all. It's just that he seemed not to be able to convince
the hierarchy.
The hierarchy.
But I've always known George to be a very convincing guy. George usually gets what he wants.
That is
or
correct.
Is it a lack of effort?
Maybe.
There might be different reasons. You never know. You have to find the real reason.
Gerald Judge.
Our good friend Gerald Judge, good morning to you. So yes, and someone is saying the famous people named in Marlon Brando 1924, 2000, celebrated American actor known for a street car named Desire and Godfather. Okay, Marlon James, Marlon Rudette, Marlon Teixeira, Marlon, you know. So okay.
That's why I asked which Marlon. You would have really to pin the person because we have innuendos. So you'd really have to pin that
to be
person.
specific.
Yes, to pin that person. And even innuendos, you not really you can fall trap of those rules there too. So then the thing is, you would have to have a situation where you can. The person, of course, in their defense, might say, "This is the context in which I made my comment. This is what I meant when I made my statement," and that they can raise in their defense.
But that's fair comment, you know. That's
right.
fair comment.
Fair comment is a defense.
It's a defense. Fair comment is a defense,
yeah.
Especially in the public domain. Cheryl Roll, good morning to you. But one is also asking, Krabby, if one is convicted for theft, say in the United States, although you mentioned that, or in Canada or any part of the world, and you are not yet convicted in Dominica. But you
have a conviction.
But you have a conviction.
You have a conviction.
Yeah, is a conviction.
Yes,
anywhere.
you have a conviction. If the person can come to the court and bring a copy of the judgment,
yes,
and prove that you are the person who was convicted. That's your name. That's you. You were the person who stood trial. You were the person who was convicted. That's a defense.
Bye-bye for you. Bye-bye for you. You're a thief. you know. So we're just looking at that.
Because yes, we have to just see how that one unfolds.
You might be on the FBI files. And the FBI have you as whatever code, whatever, they give you a code name and that is what it is. And they tag you and you were convicted.
That is it for you.
Yeah.
That is it for you. Okay, so much for that. Of course, you can always weigh in on some comments. 305 overseas, 432-9744. Local number 448-3281, 448-3279 and 448-3284. Let's hear Nashel. And of course, like I said, we do not have the live performances. But let's hear Nashel, who came in at number 3.
Causing fear, panic, and concern in every corner. Black Mokobet, JJ, Valerie, they don't have the answer. Look the pal rap of Roso, take over. So congratulations on your new post. Stay humble, focus, and don't boast. Lace up your shoes.
Okay, we'll get back to Nashel in a little while, but we have a call on the line. Caller, good morning. Welcome to Calypso Moments.
A very good morning to you, Carlisle, the gallery, and Duncan, my boy. I want to talk to you. Anyways, what I called about is, please, I need to be educated here. What is so different now than before when people were composing songs, singing people calling their names, and people were jumping in the band and singing the same song and never brought anybody to justice because of Carnival.
Because we are more litigant society.
Say again?
We are more litigant society.
What is litigant?
Duncan, explain.
I think what Carlisle is saying is that today, in today's world,
yes,
people are more aware of, I guess, maybe some of their rights,
correct,
within the law, and they are, I guess, less tolerant to ridicule than maybe they were before. It was all part of the culture. I get the impression that it was all part of the culture. Somebody come and they sing about on you. They sing whatever they sing. At the end of the day, you jump up, you sing with them, and when Ash Wednesday done, everybody forget about that song per se, forget about the person, and we move on happily thereafter.
Not into this society.
But I guess in today's world or in today's society, people see it very, very different. You know, I mean, once upon a time, I mean, look at the politics. Once upon a time, we all were one, notwithstanding the political party or the color that we waved. But today, it's very, very different. People hate you or they despise you because of the fact that you might support one party against the other. You know, I mean, families are torn apart on those little issues, friends separate. I mean, I'm one of those who, notwithstanding the fact that a friend of mine might not support my political view, it's not an issue for me. You know, people have their views, their viewpoints, and one should really respect it. But it is a different day today. I think that's what it is. You know, people are less tolerant on certain issues. I believe that has a substantial part to play as to what happens today, as to how when songs are pitched, when not that, especially the radio stations are not cognizant of the fact, hey, you got to guard against that. But from a perspective in terms of us on the road, in terms of revelry, in terms of enjoyment, in terms of mass, in terms of spontaneity, we're different.
We have an next caller. We have an next caller, I think. Yes, caller, good morning. Caller, are you there? No, we lost that caller. Yes, caller, good morning. Welcome to Calypso
Hello,
Moment.
morning, Carla.
Yes,
and
morning.
Everybody else on the panel.
Good morning.
I like my Calypso, so I call his name.
Yes.
Carla, I did sing about family, but I don't see anything. I'm just talking from a person. I'm not a lawyer. I know, so you understand. But look at it that way. When you say family, you mean in our local parlance somebody that like trouble. That's why I look at it. Now, Carla, look at that. Suppose, Carla, I tell you, Carla, me and my boyfriend finish, you know. You say, what? Anyway, sometime later you see me with the boyfriend. So you say, hey, you didn't tell me all you finish. I say, because where me diva, That's how I look at it.
Yep.
Like you feel that you see, I say, Carla, you like trouble, Carla.
Well, you see, caller, someone...
So I'm just looking at that.
Someone is also making that very point. Someone said, the only thing Bob has said, these gentlemen are fam deba. So when did that word become libelous? Fam deba is a long-standing local palace.
Yes.
That's why I was making the point.
The point, yes.
That a lot of times you'd have to look at the context. So I'm sure, let us suppose the matter is to go to court because it was aired. And I'm sure Bob, in his defense, I'm not hearing this, I'm not with this.
Yes.
But one of the things that his lawyer might raise in defense, that listen, what is the meaning of norm of fam deba? In that context, it was used is that they say that the person is just a troublemaker or love trouble or love to create problems, you know, that type of thing, and not really trying to demean the person in terms of the person's reputation or any. In no way has the person been tarnished. No way has their reputation come into question. You know, that type of thing. You know, and a lot of times.
Thin skin, anyway.
A lot of times is really context. So in what context was that statement made, and what is the meaning? What is the true meaning of what is the meaning of that expression in our society, and how do the ordinary person interpret that statement? How do they interpret it? Would the ordinary man say that person having made that statement means that person has a bad reputation, you know, or does that statement tarnish the person's reputation from the perspective of the ordinary person?
Of the ordinary, yes.
Well, when I heard this song for the very first time, and then I was speaking to somebody on the side at the show, and he told me X, Y, and Z, and then what you're saying there, that was my exact interpretation of it. It was not directed at anybody per se. Generally, fam deba, you are a fam deba.
Kalel, you're a fam deba, you're nom deba.
What is the issue? And that is how I interpreted it. So I really and truly, I cannot see too much. But I agree with the point we're making there. People these days are thin-skinned. Any little thing, people want to go to court. And I always know that.
Well, you could always sue threaten.
Yeah, the court is open to everybody. That is true.
Yes.
And when these things prolong, or when people take issue with that is when they prolong.
Yes.
As you said a while ago, Duncan.
Well,
on Ash Wednesday, fini.
I'm sure Bob is happy about that.
But exactly.
Usually when those things happen, the song gets more popularity, more traction. Persons want to hear it, persons want to listen to it, persons want to play it.
And from their own opinions to see but that the banner.
The song becomes a popular one, you know.
Yes, you know.
But as we said earlier, everybody have the rights, and then the courts is open
to everybody.
To everybody.
To Sanduli Asubaika,
yes. And again, well, the name Fredos came up. We understood that Fredos again is looking at it. Fredos again, you may want to say, you know. But anyway,
Fredos is looking at what? He's one of those considering bringing an action?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
because his name is...
I really have to listen to that song after the show, man.
You have to listen to that.
I cannot listen to it now because
exactly.
I cannot say that it's not defamatory. I'll be putting the radio station at risk.
At risk, yes.
So definitely, maybe we have to put a pause on it. And I would have to maybe listen to it after. And I'm sure the radio station, maybe through their lawyers, would be checking that song right now.
Because a decision would have to be made for semi-finals.
As to whether or not,
Yes.
And not only that, I mean, if the song was aired at the quarters, persons might want to see if they can maybe get something from DBS. I don't know.
Boy, look controversy. Calypso.
Even before we continue, I'm looking at the score sheet.
Yes.
And I'm looking at the disparity in terms of...
I knew you were going to come there, you know.
In terms of the person who plays first with his daddy chess with 14 points.
Yes.
And then you have Micah with 124. There's a wide gap.
What is the gap of how many points?
Well, we're looking at 111 points.
Ahead?
Yes. That's a lot.
That means the show was really low standard.
The show from...
Yeah. It was not a high standard. If you're telling me that there's a gap of 111 points, that's a wide gap.
That
means that there was no competition at all.
13 points, Mike at 20, with 124 points.
We have an next call on the line. Let's take that caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome to Calypso Moments.
Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
And Duncan is so right. When those things happen, it only makes the song more popular. Because I had to chat with Bob on Wednesday, and his back is people asking for another verse. He should add another verse. There's so much payback from the that of the and not the audience out there, Calypso lovers, asking for another verse. So that's how popular this song becoming. Good morning, gentlemen, and good program.
Thank you very much. Let's take a short break for commercial sake. When we come back, we'll go back to Nashville.
Dominicans, enjoy your property, protect your property. You homeowner and businessman, protect your property, enjoy your property. Can't wait for the hurricane, can't wait till you flood again, can't wait till your roof fly out and all your business coming out. Remember, no insurance company will insure your property when a storm is approaching. Get ahead of the hurricane season and insure with a company who gives you the assurance of payment for your valid claim. Come speak with us today at the New India Assurance Company Limited, upstairs AC Shillingford and Company Limited, 24 King George 5th Street, Roseau. Bring along an up-to-date valuation from a qualified engineer and get insured today.
Looking for flavor that blasts your taste buds? Welcome to Blast Bistro, Dominica's rooftop gem, perched above the Dominica National Lottery office. Sink your teeth into our famous Blast Burger. Savor our wings with signature sauces and sip in style with handcrafted cocktails that are bold and refreshing. Whether it's a night out or a celebration, we've got the view, the food, and the fun. Open daily from 5 p.m. Contact us at 275-4041. Blast Bistro. Good food, good vibes.
It no longer matters where you work or where you live. As long as you are a member of a credit union, you can access and benefit from Corpep Insurance Company suite of products. Loan Protection provides protection to you against the burden of any unpaid loans upon total or permanent disability or an untimely death of the borrowing member. Life Savings. This is a group life insurance which provides benefits to your beneficiary in proportion to the amount of savings you had in the credit union upon death. Ask your credit union about loan protection and life savings insurance from CorpF Insurance Company today. CorpF Insurance. We take away the risk. You are insured. Terms and conditions apply.
Causing fear, panic, and concern in every corner. Black Moko Bet, JJ, Valerie, they don't have the answer. Look the pal rep of Roso, take over. So congratulations on your new post. Stay humble, focus, and don't boast. Lace up your shoes. I have plenty work for you to do. Commissioner M. Lisa, the vagrants in Rosa hustling the tourists. Commissioner M. Lisa, they busting granny chain running away with it. Clean up the city, we need security. To conduct business, it's in our interest. This madness, because it cannot be. All you can guarantee is the return of the red bench immediately. Hey, daddy dee, daddy doy. Daddy dee, daddy doy. Hey, hey. Ooh, gun violence, robbery, kidnapping.
Yes, again, we have to cut this one again. We'll get back to Nashville because we want to listen to it in its entirety. But we have a next call on the line. We have a caller here. Yes, caller, good morning. Welcome to Calypso Moments.
Good morning, and thank you for taking my call. I had no choice to call when I heard this song because something struck me in that we are giving a lot of recognition to the artists performing the songs, but I think that the association needs to come up with some method, some kind of incentive method to recognize the writer.
The writer.
So for example, I know when we served in football, we would have said that if a club is getting an incentive, but if you have a youth team, you'll get X amount more. So I was thinking that if the price money for the crown is 20,000, but the writer, the person who perform one, but there's a writer for that song, then that incentive would be with an extra 2,000. And whatever arrangement that the performer and their artists have together, that is there, but on a national recognition, so that when a song is being played, they would say, Nashel, written by whatever the guy's name there, our friend.
Yeah, Marlon
So Marlon Schroeder. So I think the association need to start thinking, because it would be one, it would increase the pool of writers because it's dwindling, and because a lot of people can perform but they can't write.
That's
and you could bring in new writers. I know Legal is a very good writer. He could finish at writing too. So I think you know that there's a national, there could be a national incentive towards it. So I think that's something that the association needs to look at, and at every stage, not only at finals, but if you leave from quarter to semis to finals, whatever incentive that they're giving, they should give it to the writer so that the writers can be more recognized. I think that's something for thought.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ken George, and Ken George, the money man at Lotto. And say thank you to them also for sponsoring our program. And whilst I'm there, I also want to say that the song by Bob has not been banned by DBS. So let's get that clear. It has not been banned. there are a few gray areas, and DBS just want that clarified.
Well, they've pulled it for them to review.
For review, but the song has not been banned.
Okay.
So if we said that,
a temporary hold.
That is correct. If we said that, we want to pull that back. The song has not been banned by DBS. Let's.
Yeah, but even before I comment on what our good friend Ken Judge, I just want to go back to issue because I may have made an error which I want to correct, and Dongle was not Daddy Show. So the first person was Daddy Shares at 14 points, and we had Trendsetter, Calfa P at 20 with 100 points, so a difference of 87 points from number 1 and number 20. I felt I needed to clarify. I did not want to mislead the listening public.
Yeah, we are not about that.
Yeah, but there is a lot of merit in the
point raised by
Ken Judge is saying. But I guess what the issue will be sponsorship. Sponsorship, I guess, would be the biggest deterrent to that. But it is
when you say sponsorship.
Well, somebody coming forward and say, okay, I'm gonna partner with the association, and I am going to put X, Y, and Z for the writer. The person who penned the winning Calypso. But I think it's an idea and maybe something this year would want to look at.
Not only that, I think maybe you could have a situation where maybe you take the top 5 songs in terms of written songs for the year. I did some of that in terms of my office. I've made contributions at the end of the season for what I felt was the best patriotic song, you know. And I think maybe what can happen is that maybe the top 5 songs be selected. Maybe you have a panel apart from the panel of judges who you might pool. Persons, ex-writers, musicians, and you ask them, give us the top 5 songs you think for the season Calypso, and make a contribution to it. It mightn't be something grand, but make a contribution, and you might find that maybe you could have a situation where one writer gets all 5 awards, but for whatever, or you could categorize it, maybe social commentary, humor. Whatever.
Different
categories. The best humorous song, the best social commentary, the best whatever other category you might decide to choose. So something like that. I think I would support the caller on that. It's a good idea, and it's also can create a lot of greater interest
in writing,
in terms of writing, and encourage the persons who are already there that listen your to write more, that your work is not going unnoticed.
Yes.
And I certainly think that's a way or an avenue for developing the art form. I think so.
Let's continue listening to Nashelle.
Our citizens increasingly scared to walk the streets at night. On any day, at any hour, they break in and enter, attacking the young, the old, the needy, and business owners. They say the rose of people love you, so don't disappoint them. Grab your pen and paper, write it down so you can remember. Commissioner M. Lisa, the murder rate too high in our small country. Commissioner M. Lisa, the accused on bail walking around freely. Case taking long to call, like all you don't care at all. Setting back precedents, they losing evidence, that making no damn sense. I tell you it cannot be. All you can guarantee is the return of the red bench immediately. Why? Daddy dee, daddy do it. Daddy day. Why? Oy, oy. Hey, jam. Traffic laws disrespected by some in government, and every day is a speeding and a racing and deadly accidents. friends of labor, driving around with no insurance. But if they catch the ordinary man, they won't give him a chance. We know you have your special driver. With our stress, you might not bother. Please consider, one day you may lose all that power. Commissioner M. Lisa, we need to enforce a lot of speed limits. Commissioner M. Lisa, our ministers exempt from paying their tickets. We know it's the Malay way, not always have to pay for people's negligence and incompetence. Do you have a conscience? Darling, it cannot be. All you can guarantee is the return of the red bench immediately. Why?
Nashel Walsh, Infectious Bit. Duncan?
Well, it's a well-written song, very interesting. It's, social commentary, dealing with social, societal, political issues, socio-political issues. And it really captures the essence of a well-written song, a well-written calypso, taking a social issue and putting it into the form of calypso, using the very effectively the figurative language. In that case, using a pun, taking something and playing on words for the fun and enjoyment and of the whole spirit of the art form, you know. So you have to give the writer and of course the musical arranger their kudos or their points, and recognize that it is great and beautiful calypso.
We have an next call on the line. Edgar Hunter, good morning to you. We have a next call on the line. Caller, good morning. Welcome to Calypso Moments.
Good morning, Calypso John Baptist.
Hey. Good morning, my friend.
Duncan Stoneman.
Morning.
Happy New Year, my brother.
Many happy returns. We haven't seen in a while.
And our Reverend. Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, I listen to your show every Saturday morning. Part of my breakfast.
Yes, we know that.
What's on the jumbie table this morning?
Well, this morning, I wouldn't see what I had, but I had a wonderful breakfast made. I had caught fish and fried plantain and some other stuff. But,
wow, good stuff.
Next time, remember us.
I will.
Remember us the Malawi.
I was just going to say that, remember us the Malawi.
I will. I had my good friend Ken George, and he made a very significant point especially about the writing. We have to find ways to try to rekindle the interest in calypso writing. Because calypso writing is not easy writing. And I mean, we can see because parties basically at age now, Tim Jura seem to have taken a break. So some of our good writers are no longer writing. So it's impacting the quality. So I agree with the association. And this new association seems to be listening. And so I hope they take some of those advice how to improve the show. You just did a song there, Nashel.
Mm-hmm.
My wonderful calypso. That is to me one of the
best
calypsos. You know, how she used a basic simple situation, and instead of giving a midway, but using we already talk about that, Duncan, using the language, you know, the wonderful use of a pun to bring out a wonderful message. Another song I think we should really focus on, which I think there's a song by Trent Setter. I think the name is
Lavi. Yes. Nine Nights.
And I wanted to mention because it's talking about a tradition we have lost. But I remember growing up a little boy, and I show you from Point Michel and Duncan, I guess, a Portsmouth man and Goodwill man.
Yeah.
They recall the days of the Lavi.
Yeah, I've been to many 9 nights as a little boy growing up. Yeah.
They placed him at number 19, though.
Yeah, but I don't know about the placement. But it's a song we need because what it does, remember, what Calypso should do, for example, it should highlight the folklore and the tradition and the customs. I think it's a artistic piece, creative piece, trying to say Calypso not dead, while a lot of us saying Calypso dead, and we already have the Lave treated like it is dead, but the guy is saying that Calypso is not dead. I find it's a creative piece. I saw Gordon Anderson wrote a piece on it too. But it's maybe a piece you all should try to.
But caller, I want to make one point. If you have a situation where persons, you're making a very good point. But if you have the challenge, I think you have is that if you have a situation where persons do not understand the culture,
that is
or do not have the knowledge of the culture,
exactly,
then it is very, very difficult to run with your suggestion. You would really need people who can understand and appreciate that very important point that you're making.
And it's
it is a very important.
So Duncan, to judge Calypso, I think I remember once you were playing a song, Don't Judge Calypso, remember? I remember, it's a song from Trinidad.
Maybe the 5 Rules of Calypso?
The 5 Rules of Calypso, I remember, yes.
Yeah, 5 Rules of
and
Calypso,
one you should know the culture, I'm sure.
The topic that you're singing on.
And the tradition.
Yeah.
So if you judge, you should understand
it is a challenging thing, I think, for the organizers of the show, the members of the Calypso Association, maybe to get judges to incorporate. I mean, you have to have, I think, a combination of experience, inexperience, and maybe those are in between to really, get people to understand and appreciate what really is going on or what really you're called to do. Because go back to that song that was just played. We spoke about it. It was played. I spoke about it, and then you highlighted the fact that this is a social commentary. It is in the realm of creative writing, poetic writing, the use of figurative speech, the use of the person recognized that one of the elements is that of a pun, and that is the key ingredient. So the writer recognizes that, and he knows what he's about, and he goes to work with his mind and his pen or his computer, and he comes out with that production. And with whoever he works with in terms of the music, they find the correct music or beat to support and carry the message through. So you have that situation, but you need people who can.
And before you move on, Duncan, let us give credit to Colonel Philip and I think Brent Samuel. That's what I saw.
Whoever they were that were involved
for the music.
Yeah, Colonel. Yes, that's correct.
And Brent Samuel.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So these things
and the writer is
Marlon Girodel. Excellent.
And clearly he understands what Calypso is all about, and he understands the need for a certain style of writing or type of writing that you can, maybe based on the message you decide you're going to bring across, you're going to use a certain avenue, and you're going to use a certain route, you're going to use a certain type of words that can maybe bring, or what is it you're trying to bring out in the song? Is it that you're trying to make people angry? Is it try to bring it to people that, listen, this was a serious situation. On reflection, we can laugh about it, and this is how I'm bringing the message in song. And, of course, with the poetry that supports it.
And I agree, and that's because I just want to congratulate you guys for keeping the Calypso fire burning and continuing the critique on Calypso. Maybe one Saturday morning I may join you all.
Well, why not?
But of course,
you're one of those who have the all that it takes and decided to stay away.
Well, our public is sometimes beats on us for no reason. So sometimes we have to.
Boy, that's our society,
Go out, look at ourselves, re-examine ourselves, look at ourselves, and come again.
But you see,
okay, so you're doing some soul searching now. But hopefully to be back maybe next week.
But you see, Edgar, the other point is that we as commentators in the Calypso realm, we need to, instead of criticizing, we need to critique the Calypsos and not try to bring down the writer or the singer. And I have difficulties with that.
Well,
because you see, I listen to Calypso commentators, and sometimes because they do not like a particular song, they basically just cut its neck. And
Are you saying that about me, Caroline?
No. I'm speaking in general. No, I'm speaking in general.
But you have. Well, I made that point already. In terms of many times before that you recognize that there are persons. Well, all of us have our biases. We have our likes and our dislikes.
I agree.
And persons in the process of judging forget. Listen, you're asked to be impartial and forget your biases. Leave your biases behind. Leave it under the table or somewhere in your vehicle.
But you are human, Duncan.
Well, you are human, and you do have your preferences in terms of maybe a style of writing, a topic, whatever the case is, but recognize also that it's Calypso, it is art, and recognize it for what it is. That's the point I think our caller there is making.
Yes, and also.
But Caroline, we have to be careful because all of us are commentators, and I mean, I listened to the commentary, for example, on Saturday because I didn't go to the show, and I mean, I want to give kudos to Daryl Teet. I think generally he did a good job. I may not agree with everything, but he showed that he has an understanding and a knowledge of the art form.
Okay.
Which I liked, So.
Good morning to you, Daryl. I missed your commentary.
So I just wanted to mention that there. I didn't listen to all radio stations, but I listened to DBS, and I want to give kudos to Daryl Teet for. I really listened, and I think he has a command. He understands the Calypso. And I mean, he has a strong personality, which people may think, but in terms of his analysis, he's on the point.
Well, the thing about Daryl is very passionate of what he says and does.
Right.
So I think maybe sometimes I think the passion that he brings to the table or to the mic overwhelms everything else, and persons get carried away by it. Maybe that might be it.
Edgar, good morning.
But I don't want to hold the line very. I sure you have other callers.
Yes.
That want to contribute.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful day, guys.
Have a good day, my brother.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Good
Let's listen to Trendsetter.
La belle, metamola, 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 la belle, metamola, 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 passe wonga.
Wabio, Calypso, Wabio, Calypso. The tradition was that you die today and bury tomorrow. They also had 9 nights of prayer to drown out the sorrow. People used to sing and cry and pray. They made one big laugh way. And tonight we come to sing and drink Basque Calypso Ali. They say she dead, the rhythm dread. All she cheer and cry, water in their eye, and they cry. Look at by your lave, Tut Mungele, look at Shate Sanke. Please hug somebody, metamola, 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 passe womla, metamola, metamola, la veille, la veille, la veille, la veille pour Calypso, Wabio, Calypso.
That's what I say.
Wabio, Calypso.
Okay, we have an next caller there on the line. Caller, good morning. Welcome to Calypso Moments. Oh, we lost that caller there. Yes,
but even
yes, go ahead, the guys.
Yeah, back to that. I think Duncan made that point earlier on in terms of the judges may not understand this song, and as a result of that, their interpretation may be woefully short.
That is my view.
Yes, but I'm saying no. How can that be combated if it can be? Because to my mind, it's something. It is something difficult because if, for example, if you cannot understand the Creole language or you do not have a command of the language and there are lines, especially the punching lines in Creole, how are you going to judge that?
Just before you come in, Duncan, let's take that caller there. Caller, good morning. Welcome to Calypso Moments.
Good morning. I see you're doing a very good job, Kalai.
Mr. Adams.
That's the brain.
Yes.
That's right.
What is sir?
I noticed one of your callers, Edgar Hunter, only seems to be listening to one radio station. He must not forget there's also Kyrie FM, eh?
And you were on as well, Mr. Adams.
And he knows that I've been following Calypso since the 1960s, eh? So you must not come with that one.
We'll have to give him a yellow card.
I give him a yellow card. He's just located.
For the time being.
If he continues that way, he'll have a red card.
OMG.
Well, lyrics, 35 points. Melody, 35 points. Rendition, 20 points. Presentation, 10 points, my brother. Don't forget that. Some fellas have good lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
But when you hear their melody, my brother, come on, my friend. As if it's not a recital, you know. Calypso is not a recital. You must come with the melody as well.
Okay.
And your rendition, my brother.
That's correct. Some people have better renditions than others, eh?
Yeah, man, come on, my brother. We have heard some good Calypsos this year. And I really must tell you, I like Pawize.
Mm-hmm.
That's a very good Calypso.
Yeah, after we're going to play Pawize.
I like Brink of Extinction by Abia.
Mm-hmm.
I find that's a very good song. I also like For the Love of Money. I know some fellas like it bad.
Like you, right?
I didn't call names.
Mm-hmm.
And the other song I found very interesting was Bob.
Yes.
Bob's song.
Mm-hmm.
I find it's, you know, like when you're walking on thin ice.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a year, well, and you can say Hartley or Adams is a bottom breed, and just come and say what you want after.
Okay.
You know, a fam deba. Adams is a fam deba, but you're walking on thin ice, my brother, because people will not remember a fam deba. They remember what you said before,
mm-hmm.
and then you just come. Adams is a fam deba. And you, Kala, know very well how the law works. So I leave you with that to ponder. Have a good day, my brother.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Mr. Adams.
Yeah.
Good to have you.
Yeah. Let's continue listening to Trendsetter because we want to, you know.
No, but I think Duncan was making
I'm making a point
to that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I was going to say something along the lines that there were some comments that are made in the song, and I was trying to draw the connection. I think I understand where some of the comments are coming from. So when he says Wabiu, Calypso, is it just for rhyme, or is it just to make the point that, okay, in the process of 9 nights, rum must roll?
That is correct.
Okay.
That is,
and that is how... Because I'm hearing the song for the first time.
Right, exactly. And that is how I understand it.
Listen to the entire song.
And that is how I understand it.
Yes. Yeah, okay, cool. But, and then again, now, here where you're going to have the problem, or here where the problem often arises, you have a situation where, okay, I know what Wabiu is, but you're going to, unless you understand from a cultural standpoint what Wabiu is and how does Wabiu connect in the 9 night song, it's going to fly over your head. And you're going to mark, but what nonsense Mr. Singing then? Because you don't understand what it is.
Because you don't understand it.
And you know one of the things that I found myself, a challenge that I've had a lot of times. I mean, an ordinary casual conversation about something, whatever it might be, with friends, maybe on the phone, on the internet, whatever. Sometimes, and most times, Dominicans, a Dominican living in Dominica, outside of Dominica, whatever it is, or I'm out of Dominica amidst Dominicans, and I might drop a line that I think it's a common line because it's something. Sometimes it's things that you grew up hearing from the older folks, not recognizing, boy. The person, what is that now? I say, you never heard that. You never heard that Creole expression. You never heard that phrase before. The person might say, no, I never heard that. I say, but where you raised now in Dominica? You know, and I've had that type of experience many times that you in a conversation, but I never heard that. I say, but wait a minute, man, where you from? You know, from Dominica? Where you is? You know, that kind of thing. And you know, as the Dominican, dropping a phrase that you think it's 100% Dominican because Creole culture is part of our culture. Yes. You're recognizing, boy.
That person even know what they're talking about.
Boy, the person don't even know what I'm talking about, you know. Or the person have never even heard that. And it's something that you grow up hearing.
Every day.
Every day. You know, or it's part of, and as your boyhood days, you run into certain things and you hear the older folks running it now and again. I mean, whatever they call the expression is, but I don't know if guys you all have had
yes,
experienced that.
But of course,
all the
my
time.
mother would say, wete biepu had boman,
Wete Churchill,
wete Churchill go we made. You know, that sort of thing.
And then what's important is the interpretation of that. How does that connect?
And if you do not understand it, because if you say you are a judge and maybe you are a judge of today, maybe say in your context, Duncan, that you would understand that because you of age. And that is the difficulties that I have, that our judges, they do not understand the local balance.
They tell you, move kai bokai, what does that mean? I mean, but you see, you have to be well rounded and grounded in the culture of the people to be able to execute your functions as a judge.
I think as a judge, you must have at least basic understanding
of the Creole language.
Of the Creole language. I think so, because oftentimes Creole, you cannot tell a man that he cannot Creolize his song. You cannot maybe sing a whole song in Creole if he chooses to write the song.
There's no rule
against
that. Exactly.
And so what about the Kokoi language?
That too. So if it's part of our culture, and Calypso is part of our culture, and a man writes this thing and he thinks that it's going to create a greater impact, or the meaning is going to be run a little deeper and connect with the listeners or the viewers, and he thinks that it's better to infuse a Creole line here. You can't tell the man that he's not doing how to write his song.
And you punishing him?
But even locally,
No, sir, no.
Giving a joke in Patois and the same joke in English is completely different.
Whipping. If you tell a man, boy, I'm satiated by whipping you.
Yes.
There's a big difference.
That's a big difference.
A big difference if a man giving you a story and he say, boy, Duncan, boy, I whipping you. That day, I whipping you.
You don't understand that. So if you do not understand that, then how are you going to be judging that individual? I have problems with that. But that is it. And I guess Trendsetter fell on the root side as a result.
He didn't make it?
Well, he came in at number 19.
But I believe since that incident, there has been some education sort of in terms of explaining the terms and trying to break it down.
But part of that is, I guess the organizers themselves, or the Calypsonians themselves, the association themselves, have to make sure that they try to get it right in terms of maybe getting one or two judges who you think can make that contribution towards the fair and proper assessment of a song that has in it some elements of the Creole language. It's something that the association themselves have to deal with. Just an observer and a comment.
Well, I agree with that, Duncan. We have 10 minutes? It's 20 past. We only have 10 minutes left.
But I think there were two songs you said that you...
Yes.
But on the issue, there was an issue that passed a while ago. That whole issue that has come up many, many times, that persons need to appreciate and recognize that there is a difference between a critic and criticizing.
That is correct. That is why I mentioned that, yes.
And what we are supposed to be doing here is critiquing the song for what it's worth, and not criticizing what comes, and a lot of times you critique something and persons say, but why you criticize the man so, and all I was doing is maybe just an assessment, an analysis, and a critique on the production. That's all.
That's all. Someone just said there, if last week was finals, Daddy Chess won that crown easily. Last week, someone suggested to put interpreters with the judges.
I think that stretched it and will take too much away from it.
And then
ChatGPT.
Another person is trying to explain to me the whole and a Calypso writer is saying that You should have a basic understanding. However, nothing wrong if you don't understand the line to consult your colleagues on the nights. Voila. But a bigger problem is persons who judge and can judge if a guy is flat or off key, hence musical competence as well. English to determine satire, etc. This one can't consult on. You need to be schooled. And that is a Calypso writer who's mentioning that to me.
The person is right.
And then another person is also explaining Meta Mola, the person in charge of the deceased, Wabio, and Old School Rum, Jamo, the day before that they died. These are historical terms actually used back in the days when they had lave, which is Creole for week.
Yep. And if you do not, that's, I mean, well, the thing is, I think, I mean, I'm just going to make
we don't have much
express a thought there
Yes.
quickly. I think Trendsetter, well, understands or understood even before he sang that song, that is the risk that he's going to run in order to get past that gate to go further. So he took his chances. But like the true artists, like people like Rudder and so, they decide that that is what they're singing. They're not singing for the judges. They have a message that they want to get across. And he decided he wanted his message to get across. And he thought, I'm just thinking.
You think it out aloud.
Aloud.
Yes,
as to what could have prompted, well, not really the judges not to pass it through. I was not at the show. So maybe it really was placed where it ought to have been placed. Or was not, or was placed where they thought it ought to have been placed.
Correct.
But it's a risk that you run. You run the risk that, boy, you see that song there? I think that thing going and fly straight over the judge's head. So, let me pull it back. And maybe if I get to the finals, I will sing it as one of my songs. But that's how it is.
That's how it is. You take your risk. Did we have another caller? Okay, we lost that caller there. And let's quickly get a piece from Mystery. Because we're really running out of time. The time is running so quickly. Let's hear a bit of Mystery. Let's take this caller quickly before we continue. Okay, so then we will continue with Mystery.
It's the same thing, fans and them complaining. What was wrong with Mystery song? Someone needs to answer questions, they stifle in the fun. Inside Calypso grow. It's on the low. Workshop after workshop, same faces we see. The conspiracy seems to be working. With no help from politicians, so we turn to the people, and this is what the people say. Messieurs, yo vive, c'est juste la café moi côtoyer. Messieurs, yo vive, pawisé yo vini pawisé. Calypso pawisé. Calypso pawisé. Somebody pawisé ni Calypso. And for them to score me high, they score it below. Somebody pawisé ni Calypso. Look, I from the judge score shit, covered with bullshit. Somebody pawisé ni Calypso. Owners play, don't be ashamed. Put up your hands and claim your shit. Somebody.
Duncan, the same comments that we were making there, where it would have flown over the judge's head. Mystery saying, look, she's seen a judge's score sheet filled with bullshit.
Did Mystery make it?
Yes.
Because I think that is one of the better written songs.
She came in at number 5.
It's a well written song. Interestingly, I had a quickly, we don't have much time.
Yes.
But I had a brief discussion with Gordon Henderson where we were discussing that song and the origins of the whole issue of Pawisé in thing. And he was making the point to me that Pawisé came from the word paralyzed.
Yes, because we had mentioned that to us some time ago also.
Okay, good. So basically, the application of the Pawisé to the song, and I mean, it's real
you
creativity.
cripple the whole system.
And, yeah, real creative, real. That's one of the better written songs for the year, to my mind.
Yes. And so, gentlemen,
so far what I've heard,
we have 4 minutes, so we have to wrap up quickly. Final comments from you, Duncan?
Well, this year looks like a very promising year from some of what I've heard. I missed the semis, as I indicated. Hopefully that, I missed the quarters.
Quarters, yes.
As I indicated. Hopefully that the semis will be much more lively and productive. They'll start on time. We have new writers or more writers. I hope that the members of the Calypso Association who are influential are listening, so maybe some of the thoughts and the ideas that are brought across can be implemented. And I want to wish all the Calypsonians a very healthy, productive and successful season.
The girls?
Yes, as we near 1 week before the show, I want to wish all the persons who've made it the best in terms of their preparations. So I know one might tend to get a bit flustered and overwhelmed, but just keep calm and go out there and perform, and then I think it'll be pretty fine. And we hope, Kalai, by next week we should have some clarity in terms of the song from Bob.
Okay, and quickly there, quick comment there. Someone is saying that that's a Calypso writer. The song of Trendsetter is good. Rendition may be a problem, but we have all missed the creativity. That Calypso is on its deathbed. Hence we need to keep a mass for it. So I think it's creative by Powell. If it was in the same, if it was the same is one of the best songs, would have not made it. Gateway by Observer, what a travesty. Great show today. Thank you very much, my friend. And on that note, we sign off. Join us next week Saturday. Remember, next week Saturday is the Calypso semi-finals. We'll also be giving away 2 tickets as usual, the girls.
Would they be VIP tickets?
We will find out. So we want to remind our listeners, stay tuned. Until then, Carlisle John Baptist on behalf of Duncan Stowe and Erickson the Gallery saying so long and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.